Well, we played a complete game today. It started in the first, had a big inning, put together, several really good at-bats there. First time through the order, scored 4 runs, a couple 2-out hits by Wharton and Wilkie. Then in the sixth, Seth hit a home run. Then with 2 outs, we drew a walk, then a single, then Wharton hit a ball hard to shortstop. Wilkie, another big 2-out single RBI. We scored 3 runs, had another big inning there in the sixth. Wilkie offensively was really good for us today. Then in the eighth, we manufactured some runs. Cromwell and Williams with walks. T.O. with a nice sacrifice bunt, and then Wharton with 2 strikes had a sac fly. Jolly had a nice day today, had 3 hits, scored a run, drove in a run. And Kyle Wilkie, along with Seth, who's been red hot here lately, putting really good swings on the baseball. We did not walk a batter today. I thought both of our pitchers, Brooks and Ryan Miller, threw the ball exceptionally well. Only made 1 error, so we played really clean baseball, made some nice defensive plays. And, overall, it was great to win the series here today, played a complete baseball game.
Coach, how good was it to see Brooks kind of come back this week after last week? Had a little bit of control issues, I guess, but no, wind also in Louisville.
Well, you could really see, Brooks didn't walk a batter today, and, outside of the home run that he gave up, the ball was jumping a little bit to left field today, I actually thought it wasn't that bad of a pitch, but it got up in the air and got out of the ballpark. But, you could see in the first inning that Brooks was a little bit better in terms of his stuff. First 3 hitters of the ball game that he faced, he got first pitch strikes on. And that's the big difference for Brooks. When Brooks gets to strike 1 on first pitches, you're in trouble because he can execute pitches. And I thought that was a big key for him there in the first innings, just kind of setting the tone that we're going to live in the strike zone today and force him to swing the bat. And he did a great job of that today.
Speaking of setting the tone, getting those 4 runs and picking up, to get a couple of walks and then be able to pick those guys up and bring them in.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, luckily for us, Metzdorf really settled in and threw the ball pretty well. Second time through the order, he started ringing us up. He started mixing his pitches and throwing that slider a lot more, and we kept chasing it. In the first inning, he was trying to establish his fastball and was missing out of zone. We did a good job of staying disciplined and had a couple big 2-out hits to put together that big inning. But then second time through the order, he started changing his pattern a little bit, and we didn't do ourselves any favors. We were chasing a lot of pitches out of the strike zone down. But luckily for us, we put together good at-bats first time through the order, and that was the difference for us against him.
Coach, talk about late in the game, the situation with the umpire and the explanation that you got from them on why it took so long to determine what was wrong.
Which one? Which play?
The play at first where they came over to you and then you went back over to them and took a little while. Was it 7th or 8th inning?
There was a couple plays, and, we have the ability. We thought he was safe at first base. Mm-hmm. It was bang, bang, and we get 2 challenges through the first 7 innings of the game. Okay, so, I wanted to challenge that play because I felt like Wilkie was safe. Yeah. They called him out, and they did the right thing. They went inside, they took a look at it, and, the whole idea behind the replay is to get the call right, and glad they got together and looked at it and got the call right. And then the other play was just, I thought when I heard whatever contact the pitch made with Seth, I heard a thud. I thought it hit something besides, the bat, which would make a ping.
Right.
So, therefore I thought it was a hit by pitch. They felt like it hit the knob of the bat. And actually, when they looked at it, they got the call right. They felt like it did, hit the knob of the bat. So in both cases, one play, went our way after we challenged it, and the other one, they were right. But we have the ability to review those plays, and it's good to have, even though it slows the game down, we all understand that. But at the end of the day, we want to get the call right, and that's what it's used for.
Coach, have you seen the guys respond in sort of a toughness type of deal since that 4-game losing streak the way you wanted to?
That 4-game losing streak is far away from us now. We're not even talking about that now. We've moved on from that. Like any team, we're going to go through spurts where, we're not playing our best baseball. But the thing that's most important is, we can't do anything about that, now. You can't do anything about, that tough stretch. All I know is we played a really good series. against Louisville, won a series on the road. We played a good ball game against Furman this week, and we've played 2 really good games against Boston College so far. So, we're swinging the bats well, we're pitching well, and hopefully we can continue to play good baseball on all fronts. So, it's always great to get a series win in game 2, and hopefully our guys will stay focused and understand that tomorrow's a big day too. Not just to come show up and play a game. Let's be ready to play, because every one of these ACC games counts, and we're all trying to do everything we can to put ourselves in the best position we can at the end of the season. So they all count. So hopefully we'll be ready to play.
Coach, it's good to see Wilkie seeing the ball the way he is right now.
It is. I mean, Kyle's a guy that does such a good job for us behind the plate. Our pitchers love throwing to him. He's a tough kid. And this is a guy that's called 18 innings a couple times this year already in doubleheaders. So, nobody questions his toughness, and for him to be able to give us good at-bats like he's been giving us, we're obviously very happy. That's the difference. I mean, the difference in us scoring 4 to 5 runs a game and scoring 7 to 8 runs a game is what do we get in the second half of the order. And guys like Wilkie coming up with big at-bats for us right now is the difference.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Appreciate it.